What's good, guys? I'm Brecken.
And I'm Mari.
And we are
Brecnmari.
And you're watching
Behind the Beat.
Brecnmari was created because I moved here from the Bay Area and I sent my music into Icon Collective. I was lonely in Los Angeles, so I was on Bumble, just swiping. I met Mari, and she happened to be a singer, and our first song that I made with an actual vocalist was Mari.
I've been trying to find a producer that makes EDM music for the longest time, and then when me and Brecken started making music, it just was so easy.
My dad's like, hey, I downloaded Ableton. You have my second license. For literally a whole month when my mom was gone, it was like School of Rock. I had a little studio upstairs. He had his studio downstairs, and we were literally just falling asleep watching production tutorials. Nightmare Podcasts, UCLA, and he talked about this school called Icon. I looked it up and I sent my music to them and they loved it. And I had an in-person interview and they're like, we love you. You will grow so much with this school, and I did it.
I started singing when I was 7 years old, but then I also knew that I needed a deeper reason as to why I wanted to be a singer. My dad passed away when I was 10 years old, and I heard the song over and over again called Mama by Il Divo. I was 10, but after a month, I did my grief because of this song, and then I was like, damn, I could do the same thing to other people.
We have a song called Insane. We've heard people come up to us and DM us saying they did not commit suicide because of this song, and that's how we knew how powerful our project was and how much we can help people.
It just makes us want to work even harder to be able to reach as many people as possible, to be able to be there.
I was obsessed with Odeza, Boombox Cartel when they did Future Bass, Chainsmokers. One of my inspirations on producing is Louis the Child taught me how to make a dope first drop, but then make the second drop better, the third drop. You don't want to copy and paste.
He is so well versed in other genres that whenever he does dive into future bass again, he always brings something from whatever he worked on the day before that wasn't future bass. And I feel like that's what makes it so different. Slappity bass.
Yeah.
Painfully Beautiful started with the title. Our friend Space, he said Painfully Beautiful one night when we were all hanging out, and I was like, that's a sick song title. We started with the chord progression. Lofton was in the piano, and as we were writing the words and the melody, Brecken was producing to it. The story is basically about these kids that fall in love when they're too young. They get heartbroken. The first half is talking about how painful it was, but so beautiful because it made them grow. And then the second half, they're better off without each other romantically, but they're so grateful that they went through it with each other. And I think it's a really cool story.
Is it based on something true?
Yeah.
It started with this nice chord progression. I wanted kind of a flume vibe, so I just took these vocal samples, distorted it a bunch. Nice little background noises, ear candy, what I like to call it. This song's pretty cool because normally we have a big build-up, but this one just kind of comes out of nowhere. Her vocals just starting there, just a little pre-chorus.
Well, we've become the unexpected, a golden dream.
And it all ties together with this little brass pad. Just gives it that nice low end for the pre. With a bunch of ear candy. Nice little ambience for the pre.
So for the vocals, we wanted it to be a simple lullaby melody that everybody could sing and words that everyone could relate to. In the verse, there's a little bit of oohs and ahs to make it a little bit more full.
Your harmonies.
And and then the drop comes in and Brecken did his magic.
The drop is my favorite part. Let's start with the synths. So this is everything that's in the drop. I really like using utility to sidechain for the kick. I love automating a utility so everything ducks when the kick happens. I love doing that. I learned that from Nitty Gritty, actually. What really makes the drop is these angel voices. That's what I called them. So I think I used arcade. I just was playing around with the keyboard and I got these like really nice, airy female vocal like oohs and ahs, and I distorted the crap out of it, pitched it up, resampled it. Also for these I put it on beats mode, 16th note, so it's all choppy. This is what they sound like soloed, and it just really makes the drop move. And for this, I automated a bit crush by kilohertz and distorted it with decapitator. So with that, the LFO, when it goes won't, 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 I just took this whole drop and automated LFO tool. So it gives it that nice little call and response. And on the second half of the drop, this is where I automate the bit crushing effect. It kind of like downsamples it. It's a really nice sound on the angel voices. And I love little ear candies. So Finn actually played this on some hardware synth. I just resampled it. It's a nice little break. When the drum fills happen, these little screams happen. I really like how that mixed together. The sound that you hear on this last half, the wow, yeah. I took Phase Mistress, kind of gives it like that flanger effect, but I put it on this whole drop synth and bass group. So I'm automating the LFO rate of the Phase Mistress, and then it just gives it that really nice, weird feel. We took her vocal, auto-tune, CLA vocals, distorted it, and just did a low cut on it. I love using her vocal as an instrument. It just brings everything to life. Yeah, so that's the first drop.
For the second part of the song, we decided to do a little call and response. For the vocals, we did a lot of fun stuff with like harmonies and stacking. And the production here is pretty simple, pretty minimalistic, because there's so much going on with the vocals and we just decided to go ham in the harmonies. I feel like the key to any song is to have a build and change throughout when you're telling the story, whether that is with production, whether that is with songwriting.
A lot of our music, we like to surprise you.
Yes, it's bad.
As like a surprise, when the second drop comes in, there's 2 horn stabs that really make it different. The kick hits and then there's like a horn that ducks really nicely. And I also have the horn hitting every beat here. So this is where we go to the guitar sound.
It's my voice.
Just super auto-tuned, distorted. But yeah, just EQ, decapitator, this infiltrator plugin by Devious Machines. It's just like an effects plugin. CLA, Soothe. It just finds the harsh frequencies real time and it cuts it out for you. But yeah, let me turn everything off. Actually, should we turn off the auto-tune?
I'm kind of scared, but sure.
It was really up there.
It's like a whale
Am I
giving
right?
birth. Yeah, but with the auto-tune. Still sounds cool.
Cinderella.
The vocals. I automate the crushing effect. So it happens like right over here. Your ear is familiar, so it goes into the guitar part really nicely. I love this song a lot. It's nice on the heart, but also tickles your ears with like all the bit crushing and crunchiness to it.
100%, my ears are tickled. Next step is hopefully to be placed on the Creamy playlist and also perform more. We love performing. That's like the base of our music, is being on stage and connecting with souls in a personal basis. If I had one tip to give a music producer, is do not put yourself in a box, because your music will evolve as long as you keep exploring different genres.
Besides production, like if you have ideas and you have a friend or two, or even yourself, like if you know it's good, put that out. It's not about perfection, it's about growth and also just putting your time and effort into something that people can hear, besides your friends and stuff, like on a public platform.
Honestly, at the end of the day, just send it, dude. Are you silly?
Stay tuned. This is our next release. It's called Painfully Beautiful. It's a slapper.
Our socials are at Brecnmari right here. Go follow us and let us know what you think about our music, because we do it for you guys and for ourselves, but mainly for you guys.
Alright, let's be controversial here. Do you guys ever get tired of each other?
I mean, I got tired for like when...
Bitch.